Ramaphosa throws the dice for the ANC as he signs NHI Bill into law. On the Saturday morning of December 6, 2017, President Jacob Zuma threw the dice. It was on the morning of the ANC's 54th National Elective Conference, and the anti-Zuma tide within the ANC was in full swing. His deputy, Cyril Ramaphosa, had been pitted against Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, Zuma's preferred candidate for the presidency of the ANC, and all indications were that she was going to lose to Ramaphosa, who had campaigned on the New Dawn ticket of clean governance and anti-corruption. Despite the recommendations of the Higher Commission into the feasibility of fee-free higher education and training and warning by the Treasury, Zuma announced on that Saturday morning that the government will subsidize free higher education for poor and working-class students. It was not just the timing of Zuma's announcement of free education, one of the most pivotal bills signed into law in the democratic South Africa, that raised eyebrows, but how he did it. The announcement was first published on the presidency website, and later a press release was issued to the media. To political observers at the time, the most seemed rushed for such a monumental piece of legislation, almost desperate. There was no government communication brouhaha, no staged photo opportunity, just a press release. Zuma had thrown the dice, and it was a move that many believed was aimed to sway ANC voting delegates from the Ramaphosa camp back to his. On 18 December 2017, Ramaphosa was elected president of the ANC after beating Dlamini-Zuma by a mere 179 votes. Fast forward to May 15, 2024, and it seemed that Ramaphosa has thrown the dice himself. Just 2 weeks away from the most crucial elections in a generation, of which poll after poll shows the ANC losing a huge chunk of its support to other parties, including Zuma's new MK party and Julius Malema's EFF, Ramaphosa has signed into law the National Health Insurance (NHI) Bill. The bill has been sitting on the president's desk for months after it was passed by the National Assembly (NA) and the National Council of Provinces (NCOP) last year. Many believed that the president did not want to sign the bill, as he was considering the vociferous pushback against the bill by the private medical aid sector, civil society, and private doctors, who have all said it was unworkable. Many believe the bill will see an exodus of skilled doctors and nurses. After all, Ramaphosa would have made a big deal about this historic legislation at his State of the Nation address in February, but he could not find his pen. His pen arrived 2 weeks out from an election in which some polls suggest the ANC could fall below the 50% threshold. Ramaphosa, it seems, has thrown the dice on the NHI Bill in one final move to sway voters back to the ANC. Whether this is an act of desperate man or stroke of genius, only time will tell. What you need to know about National Health Insurance Bill being signed into law. This afternoon, President Cyril Ramaphosa is set to make a historic change to South Africa's healthcare system just weeks ahead of the most anticipated elections since 1994. South Africa's current healthcare system is marked by massive disparity. Many agree that change is needed to improve the quality of life for millions. Enter the National Health Insurance (NHI), a vision of equal access to equality health care for all citizens. However, this ambitious goal faces significant hurdles for effective implementation. What is the NHI Bill? The National Health Insurance Bill (NHI) is a proposed health care reform aimed at providing universal health coverage in South Africa. It ensures that all citizens, regardless of their financial status, have access to quality healthcare services. Who will fund the NHI? Funding the NHI will come from various sources, including general taxpayers, mandatory payroll deductions, and possibly additional revenue streams collected by the SA Revenue Service. Essentially, it will be financed collectively by the population, aligning to provide healthcare services to all citizens. What happens to my medical aid? Once fully implemented, the NHI will cover services that are currently covered by medical aid scheme. This means that medical aid schemes will no longer cover your services. However, the timing and extent of NHI implementations remain uncertain. For a while, medical schemes will likely continue to cover existing services. While medical aid schemes won't be banned, the NHI will reduce the number of services they offer. What does the bill mean for the healthcare provider? Under this new system, healthcare providers will need to deliver services to patients enrolled in the NHI program, with the government setting the rates for reimbursement. This change could alter how healthcare services are delivered, organized, and managed, which might affect workload, staffing, and resource distribution in healthcare facilities. Why is everyone worried? A major worry among critics is that corruption under NHI could greatly affect the healthcare providers in South Africa. Mismanaged resources and funds intended for improving healthcare facilities and buying supplies could be diverted, leading to shortages and lowering the quality of care. Resource shortage in South Africa. South Africa already struggles with limited resources in the public healthcare sector, especially in rural areas where infrastructure is scarce. While the NHI aims to pool funds to improve access to equality care, this alone won't automatically reduce disparities or promote equitable health care. To achieve these goals, it's important to use existing private sector's infrastructure. Nationalizing it could lead to the same challenges faced by the current public system. The new NHI fund will use these resources to buy healthcare services for everyone, drawing from both public and private sectors. It raises concerns about how resources will be allocated and the quality of care. Supporters of the bill point out that the public health system currently has about 250 billion rands to serve 84% of the population. In contrast, the private sector, supported by medical aid, has a similar budget but serves only 16% of the population. They argue that the private sector can take on more responsibility, especially since the public healthcare system is already overloaded. The president has signed the bill into law, promoting many South Africans to share their thoughts on social media about what this change could mean to them. Popular TikTok influencer and aspiring Dr. Nhlanhla Siwela shared her thoughts on the passing of the NHI Bill. As a future doctor and as an informed citizen of this country, I do not agree at all with the NHI Bill that has been passed. Firstly, I do not understand how we are headed towards election, yet the current ruling party is still able to enforce such revolutionary changes to our legislature that will quite literally debate. Healthcare is so crucial to how a country functions because sick people can't work. Nationalizing healthcare has been implemented in many first world countries and has failed miserably. How it is going to work in South Africa, a third world country. No one is running away from the fact that our healthcare system is very unequal and is collapsing, but the NHI Bill isn't the magic wand it's purported to be. Another user, Jane Hlongwane, had this to say: I terribly oppose the view of the notion that the NHI Bill has anything to do with morality because it doesn't. 1. There is no free lunch in this country and, of course, the healthcare system is about money. But if we want to argue why that fact when it is in fact about saving lives, what do you then say to medical professionals who spend years and money studying in their respective field? At Dragon Omen commented, we don't have enough tax-paying individuals in the country to fund the bill. Ed Tlotlo wrote, love the idea on paper, don't trust the ANC to implement it. Ed Kamogelo added, I'm a junior doctor and to be honest, I don't know what this means for me and my career. Speech therapy at Lepari wrote, as I prepare to move to the UK because this is the smelliest rubbish to happen to the health sector. And that's it from INJIBS Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.